welcome to Esports Ohio. We are doing team finals. Starting off with East Clinton, we have King Punisher,
Is
Mr.
something from me?
205, Little Pony,
I
Snorlax,
won't be denied.
and Lana 8.
And for the opposing team, Oberlin Phoenixes, we have Kellerath, Yeet Lord, Harshcomb 76, Bulldog 7840, and Swivelocity.
Draven out.
Our teams have already done their bans, and they are now currently picking their champions. And we will be back as soon as they start.
End of the line. Not rest. You lose.
Is a poor alternative.
All right, so for this upcoming semifinal game, we saw some of the team's picks from just a few moments ago, and we can see here Oberlin and East Clinton's picks. So we have it looks like we have Oberlin on the left side and East Clinton on the right side. And if you were staying tuned for some of Oberlin's previous games, their games up against Morgan High School in the regionals just now, we saw a very similar comp previously from Oberlin. A very strong top laner in Ornn, a very aggressive Warwick in the jungle. We did not see Jace, I don't believe, but we saw an extremely powerful Callista and a Mumu combo in the bottom lane. Now, we haven't seen anything from East Clinton yet, but it looks like they're going for another very aggressive melee combo here with Yone and Master Yi. And a fairly strong and even similar composition to what Oberlin was running previously in some of the last games with Misfortune on ADC and Morgana on support. So my partner here in commentating. Just wondering if you had any thoughts, if you've seen any of these comps so far, if you tuned into the other games, and if you had anything to add.
I have not currently actually seen the other games, but I am very excited to see what they do here. Um, I think they have some great players. I have watched some league games before, not specifically these guys, but I'm happy to see what happens.
All right, excellent. So, just to fill you in on a little bit, just a few hours ago, Oberlin just went 3-0 up against Morgan in their regionals game. So, Oberlin is going undefeated in their region right now, and to be up here against East Clinton for this semifinal game is going to be very important here. I do not know what East Clinton's gameplay has been like this season. I do not know, what they've been doing. So it's going to be very interesting to see how they fare against Oberlin's currently undefeated streak.
yeah, it sounds very interesting, and yeah, let's see what happens.
One of the things I just wanted to point out here quickly while we're waiting for the spectator delay is that it looks like, based on the team setup in their lists, I'm not sure if it's just a matter of how the drafting process went or how their teams got listed into the game, but it looks like they're playing Master Yi on top and Yone in the jungle. Now this could be, like I said, just a kind of a mix-up in the game, but that would be a very interesting composition, as Master Yi is most often in the jungle, and we've seen Yone only ever in the mid lane in some of these games so far for ESO. So I'm very interested to see how that kind of awkward, I guess, is the word to use there. Team comp is going to fare with their much more standard Misfortune Morgana play, as Misfortune Morgana both have quite a bit of ranged potential, whereas the Kalista is also fairly ranged, but Amumu is kind of a dive support. He's going to be jumping straight into battle and trying to tank a lot of damage so that the Kalista can do damage. And it's going to be uh, I guess interesting to see how the Jace and the Ari fare in mid lane. Again, if this is the actual team comp. So, like I said, don't know how East Clinton has been faring in their league so far, but very interested to see how Oberlin in their undefeated streak is going to be faring today.
All right, well, let's get on to that ad reel. And we are back as our game is just getting started.
All right, and right as we're jumping in here, we can see that Oberlin is going for a 5-man group here into the bottom river, and it looks like they're doing one of their signature moves, which I had mentioned in Oberlin's just now previous game, that they are going for an enemy jungle invade. They're going to be trying to hide in this blue buff bush, wait for the enemy's jungler and ADCs, or bottom laners rather, to come into here and try to ambush them out and get some early first blood kills, some early gold, all at level 1.
I actually have never seen that tactic before. That's actually really cool.
It's something that Oberlin kind of jokingly messes around with. It's not something that they did very seriously throughout the season, and they did not use it in their last games against Morgan. But it looks like it's almost paying off, because the Misfortune and the Morgana are they're not actually coming up to the blue buff, but they might be interacting here. It looks like the Morgana might have just barely gotten a peek at the Kalista, and Oberlin is now going to try to steal this blue buff away from East Clinton's jungler. All right, and it looks like Oberlin does get that steal. It seems that East Clinton's jungler went up to the top to get the opposite buff instead, not getting any aid from their bottom laners. It looks like Amumu is going to dive into this Morgana here, and
And the
Kalista is going to
Morgana.
do massive damage. She is gone.
That is our first blood of the game.
Oberlin is starting strong with 1 kill in here, just a little over a minute into the game so far. That we've already seen a very aggressive Kalista play. Ari was standing in the middle of the lane, and Jace is just going to abuse it, getting her down to just below half health. Not able to get a kill off, but the Jace was definitely able to do a lot of damage there, especially this early into the game. So Oberlin is certainly playing very aggressively here, and it is paying off for them.
I think he's gonna go in for the kill, and he got it.
The Ari falls there in the mid lane, not able to escape back into that turret range. And Jace is going to be getting some pretty early damage onto this turret here, despite being such low level. Taking down this turret plating will award him some bonus gold, which will definitely serve as an advantage going into the later game. Ornn here up on the top lane against Master Yi. Master Yi is going to be able to retreat back into the turret range, so the Ornn has to stay back. Quite a bit of some action and excitement here for the early game.
He already tried to channel, but he canceled it. And I think that isn't going to go in his favor.
No, the Ornn tried to charge right into that turret range, and it seemed like he took a turret shot and is now going to be not quite able to contest with the Master Yi in that top lane, but still doing quite a bit of range chip damage here, and will likely force the Master Yi to either come out to likely die to the Ornn, who is much tankier, or if Master Yi can catch him in the turret range, do enough burst damage to take him out. But Ornn dashes
There
in,
he goes.
just gets the kill, like you said, dashes right into the turret range, risking the turret shot, but rams right into that Master Yi and gets a kill. Excellent gameplay and kill
And
from
Ari goes
Oberlin.
down again.
The Jace
Mid.
takes her right down in mid lane. She is wandering out too far from that minion wave, and Oberlin is able to take full advantage there, getting that kill.
Yeah, she definitely isn't taking advantage of her towers.
No, so now that the Jace has very securely taken out the minion wave, it looks like the Yone is going to be coming down into mid lane, trying to help out clear some of these minions so that that middle turret doesn't take too much damage, and Oberlin doesn't get too much of an early lead in objectives. We're seeing the Ornn up here tussling with the Master Yi again. The Master Yi very low health, but not backing away, not retreating yet, trying to get in some consistent damage there, placing down a ward. But the Ornn is going to jump right in there, get off the Ice Breath, and kill the Master Yi. What a play.
We're only 5 minutes in and we already have 6 kills.
Oberlin is certainly dominating this early game so far. Morgana misses a skill shot there, not able to get the root off onto the Kalista. Kalista and Amumu just dancing around these minion waves, taking full advantage. Amumu dives into the misfortune there, taking quite a bit of damage, dropping a quarter health, but not able to engage enough. The Kalista not able to get enough damage off before the misfortune and Morgana could dive back into turret range.
Oh, and their Warwick took out the dragon. It's definitely a good tactic. The last league game I actually watched, the team took full advantage of the dragons and everything, and it really helped them out.
Certainly, getting those passive buffs is a great way to have an advantage here. We're going to see the Kalista and the Amumu combo pull the Misfortune out into bottom lane, getting a double kill, also killing the Morgana over there as well. We see Jace getting a killing spree onto the Master Yi there, didn't get to see that kill, but we know that it's there. And the Warwick was able to take the dragon completely uncontested on his own, as you said. So definitely being able to take advantage of those neutral objectives is something that Oberlin is going to use to their full advantage here, with now 9 kills to 0 against East Clinton. The Amumu and the Kalista here just bashing into this turret plating just before the Morgana could come down to stop them, but they are getting plenty of extra gold here, especially with all of their kills. It's going to stack into their bounties, and they are going to be pretty high priority targets if they can be killed.
They're doing a very good job of keeping under their tower because that's the safest spot they can be at the moment. Both of our bot laners are channeling back, but the Kalista wasn't able to.
Yeah, so the Kalista got caught out there. The Morgana found her in the bush. She had to retreat. Morgana is so deadly with that stun that when Misfortune had enough range to cut her off, there was no escaping for that Kalista. So that was the first kill for East Clinton there, that 2v1 against the Kalista.
We have our Ornn kind of getting pushed back in top lane, and our bot lane is also pushing up as well.
Yeah, it seems like East Clinton is trying to get some early chip damage, also trying to buff it.
Fell down to the turret. Wow. Wasn't really a good idea to sit there.
Yeah, the Misfortune got stunned into that turret range and took too much damage. The Amumu pulling in the Morgana, slowing her down. The Kalista, so much burst damage, taking down the Morgana. And now the Jace up against the Yone in the jungle as well. Jace is wandering out of mid lane, just taking full advantage of exploiting enemy jungle and getting the kill onto the enemy team's Yone. Oberlin is definitely pushing for a massive early advantage here against East Clinton.
We certainly are. We have our Jace pushing into mid as well, taking out our Ari.
He left her with just a sliver of health, but she was not able to escape. We're seeing the Callista get stunned there, but the Amumu dives into both champions to try to tank some of the damage. The
Oh, and they took out
Misfortune goes.
Misfortune.
Yeah, she takes so much damage from the Callista so quickly. The Amumu gets rooted by the Morgana skill shot. Morgana trying to get in some poke damage before she has to retreat into the turret range, and Amumu is going to back here. Oberlin spawns the Rift Herald into mid lane. They get a hit onto the mid lane turret and destroy the first turret there, and it looks like if they push back this Ahri just far enough, they're going to be able to get a second hit onto the turret as well. Warwick diving into the Ahri and Jace getting the final kill as well. More bottom lane chaos as the Morgana shuts down the Callista on the bottom lane.
Wow, they've done so much, and we haven't even hit the 10-minute mark.
Oh, it looks like
Their
the Yone
second
and the Master
turret.
Yi. Exactly. Looks like the Yone and the Master Yi are going to be trying to go up against this Ornn here, but the Ornn is just able to escape, still with a good amount of health, but could have been a possibly deadly gank there in a 2v1. It looks like Jace is coming up behind the Master Yi, going to take out this minion wave on their own, forcing the Master Yi to retreat behind the turret. The Ornn is going to use the minions here to draw out the Master Yi, and it looks like they're going to be cornering him into a kill, surrounding him, not letting him escape. Oberlin has no minions to push here, but a minion wave is coming in right now, so it looks like they're going to be able to dive in and get this kill with relative ease. And Jace takes them out in just a couple of seconds, taking a turret shot. But it looks like they're going to be able to do pretty lethal damage to this top lane turret, and they destroy it.
Yep, there's their third turret. And they're doing phenomenal already.
Callista, the killer F2, got caught out in turret range, so the turret gets the kill there. An unfortunate mistiming in the turret range there. But it looks like Warwick is possibly setting up to get this dragon again, just all the way on his own, just taking out the Drake here solo. So no need for a team objective fight here. The Warwick is going to solo it all on their own.
Yeah, Warwick is a great character for this, because he has so much lifesteal that it hardly matters. He can take out a dragon with ease.
Exactly. So we're going to see that here. Just barely losing a sliver of health there as he's able to regain enough to now get a second dragon bonus, and we're going to see how it affects the rest of the game. They're going to have that passive buff here. It's going to be pretty strong for them. The Amumu just dodges the Morgana skill shot, trying to go back in. Looks like they're going to try to solo both of these champions, doing massive damage to the Misfortune.
Takes
Gets
out
the kill.
Misfortune.
Exactly, but leaves the Morgana as the Morgana is going to retreat behind, but she comes back, so the Amumu might try to take out this lane. Morgana does huge
She
magic
takes out
damage.
the Amumu.
Exactly, stuns him right in that passive ground attack. Jace jumps out of the river trying to cut off the Morgana. Morgana gets the stun, but Jace has too much burst damage in the ADC, getting a double kill there onto the Morgana after killing the Yone in the jungle just previously. We have Ornn up here pushing into this top lane turret, doing huge damage already. Kelarath on Callista gets another turret kill again, so Oberlin is pushing a huge advantage so early into the game. They are absolutely dominating here.
Our Callista pushed up quite a bit, and it kind of backfired on her. She got double teamed.
Now that Oberlin has pushed into East Clinton's base, we're going to see if Oberlin is going to try to push for an early inhibitor to spawn some super minions, or if they're just going to try to end the game here. They might drag it out, try to get some more additional buffs before they push in finally, but they've been so aggressive thus far, they might just try to end the game. We see Warwick diving into this Master Yi here. Ornn uses his ultimate, rams the Master Yi twice, but Master Yi shuts down the Warwick. Jace gets a double kill onto the Morgana. We see the Ornn just waiting for the Master Yi. Velocity on a Mumu gets the kill onto the Ahri, and Oberlin is going to be pushing pretty strongly into the mid lane into East Clinton's base. We see Ornn get the kill onto the Master Yi on top lane. The camera wasn't over there yet, but we did see the announcer get that. So now we're seeing Kalista and a Mumu, just a deadly combo, still early in the game. Not even level 10 yet, pushing already towards the Nexus turrets here. And they are looking to end this game very aggressively, very early on. Hamumu dives into a double turret range. Kalista gets the kill onto the Yone. They are tanking all of these hits, not doing too much damage to the turrets, but it's enough because the champions on East Clinton have a cooldown timer. Master Yi runs away from the fight, but Ornn cuts him off, getting the kill, and now Oberlin has a 5-man or a 4-man squad taking out the second Nexus turret, and they are going to end the game here, 30 kills to 5, very early on. They are looking to end this game. Misfortune Ultimate's too far away, missing all of her shots, and Oberlin is going to finish this game here. A champion dives in. Yone shuts down the Amumu with the ultimate that has to go back. Ahri shuts down the Jace, but it's not enough. Oberlin takes the early victory so quickly. They dominate the game against East Clinton, and we are going into game 2 soon after.
Well, it was phenomenal gameplay. Uh, Jax with 14 kills. The Callista, yeah, had 9, and our Ornn had 5.
Yeah, there was a huge domination here from Oberlin. The Jason mid lane had 14 kills alone to 1 death. They had all of Oberlin's champions had nearly or more than double East Clinton's gold here. And I'm getting word from Esports Ohio over here that East Clinton might be forfeiting outright. We may not have a game 2, but nothing is confirmed yet, so we will be waiting to hear that coming up soon. All right, Esports Ohio, I have just received confirmation that East Clinton has forfeit their games, so Oberlin has won by default the semifinals here for Esports Ohio. So Oberlin took that game by a very strong domination, and East Clinton has decided to forfeit here. So Oberlin, the Oberlin Phoenix Esports team, are winners for the semifinals against East Clinton there. So as the Oberlin team here is celebrating their victory, we will be figuring out what is going on next here for whatever is upcoming in the stream, and we will be letting you know as soon as possible. Thank you so much for tuning in, and please stay tuned.